YouTube, how you doing? Murphy here, bringing you another product review. Today's review is going to be on the brand new Lamzu Atlantis. This mouse has received a lot of attention and hype since it was released a couple weeks ago. And I'm going to give you my thoughts on that, and we're going to dive into the specifications and all of that. But as usual, we're going to start off by talking about the design and the build quality. First of all, this mouse is available in several different colors, all of which are very different and look pretty cool. But I went with the white one here. It just matches my setup more. And you can see it's kind of set apart by like this ice blue color. The scroll wheel is blue, the side buttons are blue, the bottom transparent case is blue. Even the PTFE glides kind of have this bluish hue to them. The main body is white, and you can see, at least on this model anyways, the Lamzu logo on the side is like a reflective gold color. This is a basic symmetrical shape. A lot of people are comparing the shape of this to the XM1R, which is fair. They are very similar in size and shape. You can see that the Atlantis is slightly wider and the hump is not quite as aggressive as it is on the XM1R, but overall very similar size and shape. If you enjoyed that mouse, you're definitely going to like this one as well. I also like the hump placement on this one because it's not a mid-hump design. It is a little bit more towards the rear of the mouse, but it's not nearly as far back as some of the competitors. So it's not really a mid-hump design. It's a little bit more of a rear hump design, but it is more centered. So it's going to appeal to a wide variety of people. You can also notice that the side buttons are quite large, which I really like about this design as well. It's going to make it very easy to hit those no matter what your grip style is. Also on the bottom, you can see the power switch up at the top, and then on the bottom, you have a DPI button on the right and an LED light on the left. And you can further adjust the DPI settings in the software, but once you have them set in the software to the corresponding color, this is going to be how you cycle through all of your DPI settings. So very easy to do. And then one final thing about the design is something that you can't really see, but you can feel, and that's the texture of the finish on the Lamzu Atlantis. It has a very smooth texture to it, but it's not slick. It's very tacky feeling. It's nowhere near as slick as something like the Pulsar X2, which I reviewed a week or two ago. It is very smooth, but you shouldn't have any problems with control as far as the mouse is concerned. Now, as far as build quality is concerned, very good. That was probably one of the most surprising things about the Atlantis. For those of you who don't know, Lamzu is a brand new peripheral company, and this is their first product. And the build quality on this is very good. There is no bending, flexing, or creaking on the side panels or top or bottom plates. Even this bottom plate here with all of the cutouts to reduce weight, it's still very rigid and sturdy. All of the buttons on this mouse are extremely crisp and tactile. Mouse 1 and 2, very little pre or post travel. There is a slight side wobble on mouse 1 and 2, but nothing out of the ordinary. Mouse 3 and 4, very clicky and tactile, no mushiness at all. They just feel and sound great. As far as the scroll wheel is concerned, very good as well. Perfect amount of tension in my opinion. Not too light, not too heavy. The clicks for mouse 5 feel very good as well. So no real complaints with the build quality at all. As far as the specifications are concerned, this mouse comes in at 123 millimeters long by 66 millimeters wide with a height of 38 millimeters. And the overall weight of the mouse is only 55 grams. This mouse does have a battery life of roughly 70 hours, which is pretty good. And the sensor is a PixArt PMW3395, which is a very good one. It's got a DPI range of up to 26,000, a max acceleration of 50 G, and a pulling rate up to 1,000 Hertz. And this mouse does come with a software option. It's not very robust or flashy like something like Razer or Corsair software, but it gets the job done. It has all of the options there that you really want, like DPI settings, adjusting liftoff distance, all of that kind of stuff. So what are my overall thoughts on this mouse? Obviously, I think it's very good. I do think it lives up to the hype. I think this was overshadowed a bit in the beginning by the Pulsar X2 that was released just a couple weeks prior. I feel like the Pulsar X2 had a ton of hype before it was released. And then frankly, I thought it was a very good mouse, but I don't know if it really lived up to the hype. Whereas this was kind of the opposite. It didn't have nearly the amount of hype behind it before it was released. But then as soon as it came out, people realized just how good it was, and they've been going crazy for this thing. And for good reason. It's a very good mouse, especially considering that this is from a brand new company. Lamzu did very well. The design is clean. It comes in multiple different colors. I love the finish on it. The build quality is great. The specs and technology in this thing are also very, very good. Even the packaging was very good as well. And the attention to detail they showed in their packaging definitely translated to the attention to detail on the final product. As far as grip styles, palm users shouldn't have any issues at all with this mouse, especially if you have smaller to medium-sized hands. Larger palm users should still get away with using this just fine. Fingertip grip, I think if you have larger hands, or if you are primarily a fingertip user and you're used to using larger mice, I think you'll be fine with this. But I think if you have small to medium-sized hands, most of you guys are gonna wanna wait. They are working, from what I understand anyways, they are working on a mini version of this. And I think if you're a true fingertip user, you might wanna hold out for that model. Claw users, this mouse was pretty much made for you. In fact, it even says on the box here, best mouse for claw grip. And that's an accurate description. It's gonna be great for claw users, really no matter your hand type, especially if you have medium or large size hands. But even if you have a smaller hand size, I think you're gonna be having a lot of success with this mouse as well. Overall, just a great product. So if you're looking for a brand new mouse, especially if you're a claw user, definitely check this one out. With that being said, that wraps up the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed the review. If you did and found it useful at all, make sure to hit the thumbs up button. Also, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you want to continue seeing reviews or other content like this. And YouTube, we'll catch you later.